Okay, guys, this is the 28th cut. Ridiculous, right? On the throttle body injection. Stevie was making my life a living hell. He's like, we need to try a 2.1 with a 50. Well, I did do a 50 on it. I don't know if we can focus on how it looks, but that's about 5 cuts to make that valve job. As far as our liquid, not bad in the bowl. It doesn't really go to the top of the bowl like I would like. It's still quite straight coming out. We have nice powdering over to the plug. Let's take a look at our bore. Not bad, a little drippy in the one spot. Okay, our valve has now got a 50 on it. You can just see. You can see where I lapped it. It's about the right size. And it does have a double back cut because that usually doesn't hurt, especially a steep valve angle like that. It's quite wide. It's not bad as far as liquid. Now the question is, was it better as far as flow? Well, the theory on the 50 is it's supposed to knock down your low lift flow and it should boost your high lift flow. Whenever I do it, I'm hit or miss. Now, remember, the throat on this is not huge. It's probably only about 88%. And a 50 likes a bigger throat. Well, guess what? We don't really have the metal to do that. Not on a 2.1. Okay, I've been thinking more and more. Maybe optimum size we can do on this is maybe a 205.5 or 202. And then we could bring the bowl ratio a little bit better, and it would work better with the steeper valves. I'd like your input on that, see whether you agree or not. Okay, not bad. It does look a little leaner on the left side as it goes up to the plug than we were. It does look like we got a big chunk of nasty clay sticking out in our airstream. I didn't know that was there. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. Yeah, there's rust in it because I had to pour it. But as far as what's happening in our bowl and coming up into our chamber, not bad. Okay, this is our 27th cut. It's a 2.1 on a 45 with a back cut. Not bad. This is our 28th. It's a 50-degree intake with a DBC double back cut. How'd we do? Well, it gained in the lower lift where we really don't want it, and it lost everywhere else. Let's see if we can figure out why. Surprising to me. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. And then we kind of like, at 500, I'm like, it's already not making what it should. And then it just kind of stalled, 285, 286, really? Okay. All right, let's look at what happened with the swirl. You got a minus, plus, minus, minus, plus, 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 minus, minus, minus. It's hit or miss through the whole curve. Okay, can't really give you an obvious what's going on there. Okay, 27th cut air speeds. 28th cut air speeds, plus, plus, minus. Notice how hot the roof got. Okay. As far as the roof here, minus, plus, small plus, but we lost quite a bit of speed on the center of the cylinder roof. And short side, how'd we do? Plus, minus, plus. 353, 353, 320. Interesting. Usually it's higher in the middle, but it's not this time. Okay. Well, it's not a magic bullet. It's not perfect in every way like witha. Can't give you an answer. I thought it would really kind of give us what we were looking for. An extra, let's say 10, I was thinking maybe. Nope. Didn't happen. You know, in fact, decent loss. And this was already down from the one before it. I think the one before 27 was even better. I think 26 was about the best. I did a slight amount of work to the exhaust because Stevie's on me about our exhaust flow. So I did go over it a little bit further as far as smoothing it. I did a little more work to the short side radius because it wasn't really as a smoother transition as I would have liked. And I said, you know what, I bet I could pick up a few CFM off of that. So yeah, it's a tiny bit bigger because of the sand rolling, but in reality, it's not much different. But it was worth a test, so it's still the 1.55. Let's see how we did with a 50. Okay, I don't really have a number for the exhaust. I think the last one was 7, so this would be like the 8th cut on the exhaust. So this would be like the 9th cut on the exhaust. This is what we had when I made the exhaust port throat a little bigger and I raised the roof. It did pretty good. Had we do a little more finessing? Well, minus, still got noise, but it went up a tiny bit. We still got buffeting, but it went up a tiny bit. Minus. Not great, right? And then it takes off and it's plus. The pluses aren't very big. Now, the pluses with the pipe get a little better. 226 to 232 is not bad. Yeah, that's high. That's 700 lift, but that's 232 on a regular Chevy port with a 155. Not bad. To be honest, I think I like this one a touch better. I'd rather have it a little fatter. You know me with the fat. I like it nice and fat. Let's take a look at the airspeeds and see if we can figure out what happened. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Okay, this was our last bunch of airspeeds. This on the bottom is our new airspeeds. Did they really change much? 346 equals. This actually went down a touch. That probably hurt us more than anything else. The floor went up a touch. The roof here stayed the same. The center stayed almost identical, only -1. The floor picked up because I had a little bit of a issue on that short side that I fixed. Made it a little better. Okay, how'd we do over here? Went from 305 to 306, almost exactly the same. 345, exactly the same. 250, 246, changed a little tiny bit. Really didn't change much as far as the airspeeds. Do I have any input on that? I'm interested to think which exhaust port you like. The one that's a finer finish that flows a little bit more on the top end, or the rougher finish that had a little issue with the short side that still had better mid-range. All right, guys. What is it, Wednesday? Whew. Killer week already. All right. What am I going to do next? Part of me wants to take the 194 and bring out the divided wall more. Not break through the bolt, but just make it kind of even. Because somebody on the comments, somebody on the comments said it looked like it was really neck down there. And if, we look at how wide it is here on the 194 one versus the 2.1, all right, this has a huge amount more area on the roof. Huge amount. Let me know if you think that's worth wasting my life on. And thanks for hanging out, guys. Have a good night.